Okay? All right. Once there was a man who had a woman for a wife, and her name was Louisa. And Louisa had a golden arm. It was solid gold from her shoulder all the way down to the nail on her little finger. And she loved that golden arm. Oh, she loved it. She was so proud of that arm. She loved it better than the real thing. And every night when it was time to go to sleep, she would ask her husband, oh, please, if I die first, would you please promise me you'll bury me with my golden arm? Yes, Louisa, he'd say, night after night after night. He promised because he loved his wife so much. Well, it happened that she got sick, and she died first. So the husband did exactly what he promised, and he buried her with her golden arm. Well, he was home after that, and he got to thinking. And he got to thinking how much he could do with all that gold. And it just seemed a shame for that golden arm to be buried in that ground and that he couldn't have it. And the more he thought about it, the more he wanted that golden arm. And the more he wanted it, he began to need it. So one night, one dark, windy night, he decided he was going to go and get that arm. So he put on his overcoat, and he picked up his lantern, and he got his shovel, and he began to walk down that long, windy road to the graveyard. And when he got there, he put down his lantern, and he took his shovel, and he began to dig. And he dug, and he dug, and he dug until he had dug up Louisa and taken her golden arm. And he put it underneath his coat, and he picked up his shovel, and he picked up his lantern, and he began to walk back home down that long, windy road. But then it began to rain, and it began to hail. He realized he had no place to hide that golden arm. So you know what he did? He put it under the covers in his bed. And he took off his coat, and he put away his shovel, and he blew out his lantern, and he put on his pajamas. And he got into his bed, and he began to shiver and to shake. Oh, he was so cold, bitterly, bitterly cold, and he just couldn't warm up. And you know why he was cold? Why? Because that golden arm was icy cold in his bed. And he just was shivering and shaking. And then he heard, way off, he heard, where's my golden arm? Oh, he looked over there. I didn't hear that. And then a little louder he heard, where's my golden arm? Oh, he was so scared. He put the covers over his head and he just shook and he shook. And the voice got louder. Where's my golden arm? And he heard it down by the road. Where's my... And by the gate. Golden. And by the door. Arm. Where's my golden arm? Oh, and he just shook and shook, and finally he pulled the covers down just a little bit to see if he could see it. And he looked, and over by the door, he saw her, and she said, I got you. And she got back her golden arm.
Okay.
I've got another story that we're both going to